It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here. And you know who's here with us?
Yes.
It's Kenya Moore
Hair Care. Kenya Moore Hair Care. Hair Care.
We had to do that.
Yeah. Almost forgot.
Exactly.
Well, welcome, Kenya.
Thank you.
Your hair does look good, too.
Thank you. Well, I had some help today.
Okay.
Looks good.
And you're definitely channeling Barbie, but you, as always,
I did
the movie.
pink. I did pink yesterday, and then I just had this in my bag, so I was like, I'll just wear it. It's too big for me, though.
Let me see the
Look
nails.
at the nails.
Yes,
No, your nails. No,
oh,
your
mine?
nails.
Mine
Yeah.
are not.
It's pink. That's pink and that's
pink
cute.
and white. Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
cute.
classic.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
I'm
listen,
scared
you
to
got
do
a lot
anything else.
going on, lady. You know.
It's a lot.
Jasmine and I actually were talking about, we watch Real Housewives together.
Yes.
It's a tradition for us to
Yes.
watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
So we've been following your journey. We saw on the latest episode, it's just,
It's a lot. I have to say, I love this lady. Her brand, her blog,
Aw.
everything. She's always fair.
yes.
You know, so
you.
I've always supported her from the beginning.
I appreciate that,
Because
Kenya.
sometimes
Oh,
people
for sure.
some people be side-eyeing her. So it
I got
just depends.
side-eyed yesterday. Yeah.
She's fair. I think you're fair. I've never read anything that was biased.
But it goes both. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like, and also it's
Yeah.
not really me anymore. It
Yeah,
used to be,
you have a team
Yes, I have a
now.
team. But yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Kenya. I've interviewed
See,
you
when
many
you
times.
make money, you get to hire a team.
Doing well.
Listen,
Yeah.
okay. Enough. Anyway, we watched the show
So you
together.
watched last night. Okay, so it's Sunday night.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, Sunday night is Portugal.
Yes,
Yeah,
you guys are in
went to
Portugal.
the hospital.
Yes, that's when I fell. Yes.
Ooh, I want to ask you, how did you feel when you saw what Courtney had to say
That was-
about karma? Because she tried to say that you slipping and falling was karma.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So everything that's happened bad in her life is karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
I'll-
even Drew was like, now
that's too far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have a daughter. I haven't done anything to you that would warrant you saying something like that to me. Like I literally asked you to stop hitting me 100 times, and
We both looked at
you
each
know
other.
what I mean?
Like,
I was just like, it's
so
a
we're
lot.
not friends like that.
Like it's
Oh my
just, it was just too much, and it was just her way. Like she's very
touchy.
but then she's like, girl, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop hitting me like that because it's becoming something else now. And then her words, like, so you guys see edited scenes, but then it becomes it was something. She hit me like at least 8 times.
You're like, all right, that's
No,
enough.
it was a lot, and
Yeah.
it was a lot. But she's a strange one, you know. But I think saying things like that, she didn't even know if I was okay.
Right.
I was in the ambulance on my way to the hospital. They made me go. I was like, I really not sure how I'm walking. So they made me go, and for her not to even know if I was okay and to say that just speaks to her character.
Yeah, and that was great. Candy went with you.
Yeah, Candy was there. That hospital was scary.
Especially when you're in another country.
Yeah.
No, I went
Y'all
to
in the
2
hallway?
hospitals.
Were y'all in the hallway?
I went to 2 hospitals. The first one was a public one. And it was like all these naked, like 90-year-old people like naked and moaning. It was like Walking Dead. It was just like Walking Dead. And I was against the wall in the hallway. And then I was like, oh my God, I was just freaking out. And then someone that was working with us called the private hospital, and no one spoke English, not one person.
Oh, that's right. You guys were in Portugal.
Yeah. And so but it was a hospital, like,
Yeah.
you know. Then they took us to a private hospital, and it was like night and day.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I had to go with one of my friends to the hospital out of the country, and it was a scary thing. They was rolling in bodies.
Oh,
and we were in the
yeah.
waiting room,
like
and
a
I was
receiving
like,
hospital. It felt like that. I was like, if I don't get out of here, somebody's gonna bite me, and I'm not gonna be able to really walk out this.
Candy's such a good friend because she was a trooper. She sat
She
there
was.
with you for a while.
Yeah,
Not for the whole time, not a while.
She was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there. She would go out and, you know, report how things were going, but she was there. Yeah, Candy's always been a real
I want to
friend.
ask a question again about Courtney. Do you feel like there's pressure when you first come on the show to kind of, I don't know if
Make an
overperform-
impact.
Yeah, like just over, you know.
You saw her first episode. It was like, girl, relax. Like, it's not that serious. That's not what we're looking for. And that's the problem with this show and the casting, I think, when we've been on so long.
Yeah.
The newbies come on and think that's what you're supposed to do. Create some fake drama, be over the top, and, you know, and that's going to go over well. But it didn't work out for her. She's not a housewife.
right.
You know, so I just think that it's a problem because, you know, we have these fans that have watched so long and they think they know the formula, but the formula is really just being yourself.
Yeah.
If you have an authentic, issue with someone, let that be what it is. But don't sit there and amp it up and say, I heard you were talking about me. You said you didn't know me. And then the next thing is like, well, I said, and now you bucking up and doing your head like headbutting people and like cursing and like, I'm not from the ghetto, but I would beat y'all. I was like, oh yeah, this.
But
this
Kenya is
not
a
it.
naturally funny person too. Like you're just naturally funny.
Yeah.
But I think it probably took a minute for you to also find your groove, right? Because sometimes you have to get used to the cameras being around.
I was
You
used
also-
to cameras, like because I came from.
but in
Not reality
reality.
cameras though.
No, that's a whole different thing. I
Yeah.
mean, you forget that they're there after a while. You really do forget.
That's what's scary, I'm sure.
It is scary
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, what did I say? Oh, what did I do? Oh, what did I show? So you have your guard up a little bit. But I think what makes people successful on the show is when they're authentic.
Right.
When I came on, I was just a mess because I was a mess. I wasn't trying to
That
be a
was
mess.
authentic.
I was just like, oh, I'm dating this dude, this a loser, this one over here. I'm having issues with my mom. I'm having issues with wanting a family. I'm making wrong decisions. I'm over here just doing stuff that's just like, oh, this is crazy. But it wasn't anything I premeditated. It
Right.
wasn't anything that I set out to go, oh, I'm going to go over here and flirt with this person. Like, it was just crazy stuff happening, bombs going off everywhere.
And there's also real issues you have now, even wanting to have a second child.
Yeah, it's a real issue for me because here I am at this big age, and it's like if I had to have IVF and I have enormous fibroids, I actually lost consciousness. I was telling you this story when I had my daughter. And
That's so scary, by the way.
it's so scary. It was so scary. And every time I went to the hospital, I didn't know if they were going to tell me she's gone.
Oh.
Every time.
Oh my
Literally
gosh.
at least 8 times. I would go to the
That is
hospital
really
for an
scary.
emergency.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that they didn't cover on the show because they weren't there, for my pregnancy
Right.
that
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
if they were there, you would see the anguish and the pain. And as a mom, wanting that my whole life and just not knowing if that was ever going to happen. And then you can't even be happy because you don't know at any moment they're going to say she didn't make it.
Right.
And so that was a struggle in and of itself. So to get to here and she's thriving and she's
so beautiful.
thriving.
So
Thank
pretty.
you.
Honestly, but she is amazing. Seeing y'all
Thank you.
twirling together and everything.
She's
such a cutie
special.
pie.
Thank
It's so
you.
cute.
But her heart is the most beautiful heart I've ever seen. She's so compassionate. She cares about everybody, their feelings. Like, she's just amazing.
Is she going to be able to still stay on the show? Because I know there were some discrepancies. So
I'm fighting that now.
Okay.
My ex-husband is fighting me in court, and we could have been divorced by now. But when you sue someone for divorce, the custody of a child, a minor, comes into play. So we were very close. And then the last mediation, he wants to challenge my right to have the final say on her filming because he's now on a reality show.
Oh.
He's on a
Yeah.
reality show?
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
show? What,
I don't know. He's filming a reality
Wait,
show.
I was like, wait, I haven't seen this show.
He's filming
is it an ensemble? Is it just him?
He won't tell me a lot
Oh,
about
so
it.
does he want her on the show?
Yes. And so now that's what's causing the divorce proceeding to move forward because I'm like, that's what I sued you for custody for is because you were trying to keep
Her off.
of Real
TV.
Housewives.
Yeah.
Now you want to be on a show now all of a sudden and you need my permission for her to be on that show because I have final say.
Right.
And it's like, it's just so much BS.
You have created a monster. He
I
wants to be
have.
on TV now.
Yeah, but everyone told me that.
I remember
before.
when he was just at Soko.
I don't wanna
being
be-
the owner.
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to go
Because
there.
yeah,
all the
Angela,
time.
Angela's like, I did
Yeah.
this restaurant before. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I brought you there before you
Yeah.
had the wings.
I did.
Yeah.
The mac and cheese.
Yeah, the
I'm a-
mac and
I'm a-
cheese is
I'm a
very
Greene girl,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. The food is good.
And she's not going to hate on the food.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on the food. Listen.
And what about when it comes to, because now you have somebody new that you're dating. Now, this has also been some type of drama on the show too, right? Just because he went on a date with Marlo.
He didn't let me explain that. It was not a date, girl. That was a meet and greet.
Not a meet and greet.
They met before that. So some of this stuff, we have our reunion on Thursday. So
Okay.
some of this stuff is going to
Come
be
out,
clarified. But that wasn't when they met. They met in his restaurant through a friend that was there at the restaurant. But it wasn't a date to him. It was like they met at the restaurant. It was like a Chipotle.
Okay.
And
Not a Chipotle.
it was a Mexican fast food place.
Okay.
Down the street, and they both drove there, met there, had some fast food. Is that a date to you? Like, if that's your standard
But Kenya,
of a
would
date-
you, if it wasn't?
I don't even care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was so long
It was
ago,
long ago,
and
yeah.
it didn't lead to anything. There was no, so it's like, what do I care? I mean,
Right.
but it was.
But
it
you know,
was-
people were comparing that situation to you bringing up Martell and the DM. People.
I never said she shouldn't bring it up, but I think her mischaracterization
Of what it was.
of
It wasn't a date, is
It
what-
wasn't a date. Like, if that was a date, honey, your standards are really super low. You know what I mean? If somebody's taking me to Chipotle or Taco Bell, that's not a date. You know?
What's the difference between trying to warn somebody and quote unquote hating on a situation? Because I think that's what comes into play, right? Some people will be like, because in your head, you're just giving Sheree a warning about Martell. It's just
Yes.
that I'm just letting you know,
Yes,
girl.
because she
But
is my
some people-
actual friend.
And some people looked at it like, why are you trying to hate? So can
I'm
you?
not trying to hate. I told it, but what you didn't see is me saying, I'm happy for you. It was no big deal, but I wanted it to come out of my mouth
Right.
because of my experience on the show. Y'all know what I've been through
Yes,
with
we
men and people accusing me of this and accusing me of that. I'm like, nope, you're going to hear it from me. And this is what happened. And that's all it was.
Okay.
And so they are the ones, and I pulled her to the side. I didn't have an audience. It was no big deal. And I even said, I'm happy for you. If you're happy, Sheree, I'm happy for Sheree. Because I really like Sheree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love. So if you find it in him, I wasn't a fan of his.
Yeah. How do you feel now about them too? Are you?
As time progresses,
Have you gotten better? Not better, but have you been more open to them?
I was open from the beginning. I was never not open.
She
Okay.
was just giving her a little,
I was
just so
just
you
telling
know.
her.
Where are you now?
Let
though?
me explain. There was a DM, there was a situation, but nothing came of it. And as a friend, you need to hear from me, because if someone else said it,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, you keeping this from me? What happened? You know, what are you over here trying to do? And then everything becomes, oh, were you flirting with him? Oh, when you said this, no, it has to come from me.
Okay.
So that was all that
So where are
was.
you now, though? How do you feel about them now?
I don't know if I need to feel
Yeah, okay.
anything about them, because I don't know if they're still dating.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll see at
but
the
if they
reunion.
are, if they are, great. If they are, great. If they're not great, Sheree is all I care about. Are
And
you
I got some
happy?
cute shit about
Fine.
Sheree stuff. I was
I
really
did
good.
too.
She sent you some stuff too.
She did. I need to
I
post
was
it.
excited.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm
She
behind.
got a. Did you get what did you get?
I got a sweatsuit.
No,
got
I want to ask
Y'all
Kenya
got
what
more than what I got.
because you got a sweatsuit in a
Yes,
bag.
I want to wear the sweatsuit, but it's too hot right now, so I
Yeah.
gotta wait
Yeah.
till it's thick.
The
it's a
joggers?
good quality. Yeah.
Okay, you got some joggers.
I got a box of stuff. I haven't opened it fully because I wanted to do a boxing
I
thing. But
can't- she sent you a box? Oh,
and then she
sent us anything.
then she DM'd me to follow, make sure I got it. She sent it to me in
Okay.
DC
She
too.
by Sheree.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
go.
well, see, she's behind because I didn't send y'all Kenya more hair care. Now
Yeah,
but
I
we
gotta
did
send
the
y'all a
chant.
whole year's
Kenya
supply.
Moore hair care.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Sanya for a second. Right? Well, you did host her fundraiser.
You
and-
did.
I did.
You
Yeah,
know,
I did.
Which was a nice thing to do,
Thank
right? It's a
you.
nonprofit. It's a charity. It's for moms.
Yeah.
And so
It's a great charity.
How did y'all go left? Because
Well, you watched the episode
Yeah.
when she was talking crap about me behind my back, and it was the previous episode where I'm like, no, girl, you're calling me at the last minute. I will be there. I will show up for you, because I'm a girl who always believes in charity. I always believe in giving back, especially when there's moms involved,
Yeah.
kids involved, young Black girls involved.
Yes.
I am there. Everybody knows that. Check my track record. So when she called me and she needed me, I was like, I got you. Okay. I got there. I felt like she had a low goal. I was like, no, girl, 50,000. I got, this is over here. This bag costs 50,000. Let's go.
you did good.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
did good.
You did.
She
You
was, she
saw-
was like, this table right here,
Yeah.
what we got?
And the fact that I donated more than anybody.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
And,
okay.
She was
then,
like, I started off 5,000.
and
Let's
then
go.
I think my other company gave a donation too. So regardless, if it was $1,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I just gave you my heart, I did something out of the goodness of my heart. And then the next week she turns around and was talking crap about me with Marlo. And it's not the first time that she's done it. She says she's neutral, but in my heart I was like, no, she's not, because I have all these other instances where I see that she's not. And I was like, okay, I'm cool on you. I've
Yeah.
seen enough.
And you donated your time too, so that's
It's my
also
time.
it's also valuable
you know
for
how much
that.
I would charge
Right,
somebody
exactly.
for that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
When
know
you
how
show
it is.
up, you know there's a check.
Yeah,
You know, it's a check. It's a deposit. It's a check. It's, you know. So I felt it was a really big slap in my face. And I really wanted, and it was other things that she had done that was for me, okay,
Mm-hmm.
all these 1 + 1 + 1s are adding up. So I just said, this is not good for me.
Yeah.
I
And
don't need
sometimes
it.
you also don't know until you see the episode, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. Some things I knew, like off camera, some things that happened between us that I addressed earlier on at a lunch, I think, when she was saying some stuff and wasn't supportive of me. And then it was the Portugal trip and some other stuff. And I was like, I knew those things had happened too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, she's just showing me time and time again that she is not team me.
Right.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a bad person. I just don't think she's a friend to me.
Okay. Fair enough.
She might think it's more beneficial. I don't know. You can ask her because she's going to be on the show to be friends with Marlo and,
Well, I think she's shown that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody sees that.
Or not beneficial, but, she may, I don't know, see something more.
Yeah.
For herself personally.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Now, what about Drew? One of the questions about Drew, and she was up here recently, is people feel like she's acting.
End scene.
Yeah, Candy's an end scene.
Yeah, that's
What are
tough.
your thoughts?
I think Drew is really going through some things. I mean, obviously she's filed for divorce. She and her husband are constantly, working on their marriage. It's unfortunate because I was really rooting for them. I really thought they were going to get back
Right.
together. Like,
Oh.
because from last year, they seemed like they were on the brink of divorce. And then this year they seemed to be more pleasant with each other. He seemed to be more supportive. And then all of a sudden we get hit with the news at the end of the season
Right.
that they're breaking up. And I was like, oh no. But I don't think that she's acting. I think that she's just trying to find her way. And it's a lot going on. And maybe because she's been a child actor, they're accusing her of that. But I don't.
What about the accusations about her and Ty Young?
Kissing.
Did you
Were
see the video?
Hold on, really quick. Hold on.
No.
Okay.
I mean, what video? Is there proof?
So listen, okay, so I don't know if you fell asleep on this part. No, I think you were, because we really
You
were
watched it
watching
together,
Yeah,
right.
we really watched it together. So, and I was trying to wake her up. But did you see that the cameras were off, but they had like some little regular footage, and Candy and Drew were arguing about, whether in fact she kissed Latoya a few seasons ago.
I know about that.
Okay, so
Yes.
Drew is holding 10 toes down to say that she did not kiss this girl. Did you see Drew kiss Latoya?
I mean, I think it was made clear at the reunion 2 years ago that Latoya said they kissed.
But did you see it?
I saw it.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
It's confirmed.
I'm not the only one that
I know,
said
I
that
know.
though. It's
Because
like
Candy
was angry because Candy's not a liar. I'm not a liar either, but Candy is known that she's not going to sit there and lie.
Right.
So
Right.
people challenge me all the time, but they don't challenge Candy. And so Candy's like, you going to tell me I saw...
Candy got so mad she
She
left
was
the
very
room.
angry.
Like,
She was- they
love Candy.
were mad at each other. It
so
was
funny.
crazy. They were like literally going at it.
but this
And,
gives context to this new kissing situation that Angela
Yes.
was asking about.
I don't know anything about that situation. I did speak to Drew about it, but I'll let her tell you her side of it. I wasn't there. I can't
Okay.
tell you about that.
What are you wearing to the reunion?
A beautiful dress.
What
What color?
Yeah, what color?
It's in the blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blue thing.
It's in the blue family.
And one thing we can't deny is your dressing abilities.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whether it's casual or
Thank you.
or-
Thank you.
Do you is there ever a look that you've seen and you're like, no.
Of mine?
Yeah, of yours.
Oh, plenty. Yeah. Sometimes you're right. You have to have 100. Like in the height of our seasons, and we would go 22 episodes, and we would film 5 to 8 scenes in a week. Add all that up for 6 months. You're wearing 100 outfits.
Yeah.
And not all of them make it, but you've worn it. You can't tell what's gonna make the cut.
Right.
So you have to have 100 outfits. Yeah, you're gonna make some
And some things
mistakes.
look different
I
on
don't have a
camera
full-time
than they did.
stylist.
Oh, and let me
Yeah.
ask you one more thing. From this last season that you guys did, what are some things that you have going on that you wish would have made it into the season from what you've seen, but that didn't make it? Because you guys do film a lot and some things don't make
I
it.
mean, for me, it's all about showing me as the real businesswoman that I am. I learned a completely new business, which is the hair care industry. I develop products. Like a lot of those pieces are filmed, but they don't put them in the show. And I know the feedback from some of the viewers is like, well, we want to see the process.
Yeah.
And not only is it interesting to them, but it's a learning curve because a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. They want to learn how to figure it out. What was your process? Everyone's process is different, but show me. teach me. And a lot of those scenes are cut.
Can they do something online with that? Maybe something
digital.
It would be up to me. I mean, that would be a Bravo choice. But I feel like the fans, it's a consistent complaint every year, especially from me, because they see me building, but then the pieces fall apart. And I feel like that might even happen. I'm building a hair salon.
Right.
I literally have never had a brick and mortar company before.
Oh.
And I am learning from the beginning. And Roy, helped me along the way with some
Roy.
of that. Yeah. So, he's got 100.
My man, my man.
Not my man.
Okay.
Not my man.
Almost my man. Almost my man. Go ahead.
No. But just purely from a business perspective, I have a lot of respect for him.
Right.
And I think, it's unfortunate that some of the stuff on RHOA is clouded with some BS, like, oh, this date or that date. Let's talk about the man, the business, the heart, the kindness, all of the things that he's shown me, that no matter what happens, I have a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a real friend, someone who's shown up for me way more than some of the girls on the show. So,
well, he should.
He missed me with all that.
He should. He likes you.
Yeah.
Have you ever pitched your own spinoff special
to Bravo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I have actually. It was during the pandemic, and that was one of the reasons why they said, let's wait on this. I have established this trip that I take with Brooklyn every year to Paris. And it's Paris not only through my eyes, is learning the city, the culture, the people, the language, but also through a 1-year-old's eyes. And so we celebrated her 1-year birthday there, 2, 3, and 4. Every year we go to Paris. So I pitch Kenya and Brooklyn and Paris, basically.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
all these
that's
different
cute.
places
and
in
also,
a place.
there's so many things we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's
but we
cute.
haven't seen Black Paris. We haven't seen Paris through the eyes of a child. We haven't seen a young kid navigate. We went to Cannes when we were there last, couple of weeks ago. We went to Saint-Tropez.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
She's living a life.
Yes, I ain't never been to San
Whoever she dates later on is gonna have to.
My mama took me here. Okay,
Right. Okay.
Saint-Tropez been
right.
there, and when I was 3.
Yeah, but it's just like, for me, just
to Paris every year.
learning everything through our eyes. It's a different perspective. Not only being of my age, being newly single, and for her being a child, and also being, there together. What does that look like? What does that look like to spend a summer in Paris with a child, and also want to date, and also want to understand the museums and everything that's there, the food, figuring out how to make, vichyssoise, it's like everything.
That's dope. All right, well, Kenya, thank you so much. We'll definitely be watching, as you know, together, me and the Jasmine brand.
Yes.
And always rooting for you. Kenya
Thank you.
Moore
Hair care.
Also in CVS, guys.
Nice.
Please visit. We're expanding. Just found out we're in 2,400. Well, by the end of the year, we're going to be in 2,400 CVS stores.
That is huge.
In addition to my 2,300 Sally and some other stores.
That is
coming.
amazing.
So.
Congratulations
Yes,
on
thank
everything.
you.
What a
Thank
blessing.
You. Thank you.
That
It
is
has
so
been.
dope.
This
See,
is Brooklyn's
entrepreneur.
legacy.
Yep, I know that's right.
Brooklyn's legacy.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, Kenya Moore.
Way up.